Welcome back. Thank you for staying with the broadcast. Export St. Lucia held a session with business and government agencies to highlight and push the importance of intellectual property in St. Lucia. CEO Sunita Daniel says small business owners are packed with ideas, yet they are not registering their intellectual property as an asset to propel their businesses forward. This, she said, is something they are hoping to change. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
Export St. Lucia has opened up a world of new opportunities for small businesses in St. Lucia through a workshop aimed at enhancing the competitiveness of small and medium-sized enterprises by effective management of intellectual property assets. The workshop was attended by both business and government agencies. CEO of Export St. Lucia, Sunita Daniel, said, Export St. Lucia has found that local business owners have many ideas and creations and are also innovative. However, said owners are seemingly unaware of the fact that they can register said ideas or find different forms of IP protection, including copywriting, trademarking, and filing for industrial design protection. This, she said, would all allow them to use their IP as an asset.
The same way you would have a building, a factory, land, equipment as a physical asset, you can use IP also as an asset, which could also help bring up the profitability of your business. You can leverage those IP tools in other markets, in external markets. You can license them, you can charge people to use them, and our businesses have not been doing so. So today is really an awareness building activity.
Daniel revealed that experts were brought in from the World Intelligence Organization, WIPO, the World International Trade Center in Geneva, as well as persons from Blue Mountain Coffee in Jamaica and experts from Trinidad who have all used the different protection mechanisms in their own countries. She said the participants were extremely open to the initiative.
Part of the battle is really just the awareness building. It's been very interactive, so they've been asking a lot of questions, and they have not been told before. You could do little things like registration right here in St. Lucia, that you can register in the market you're interested in, and that protects your product, that protects your design, that protects your idea. So today they've been asking a lot of questions, and we're very happy with the awareness we think that's been built.
Daniel said whilst there is an aim to expand and broaden opportunities, she is urging small businesses to protect their IP before it is replicated and overshadowed.
We'd like to extend our reach into the Asian markets and further into the European markets. What we found is difficulty in doing that because in those markets we found it very easy for people to replicate products. And so what we want the companies to do is to protect their product here, to protect their product in the market that they're interested in going, so that when we do present the product, we are not afraid that somebody will copy it tomorrow and there'll be 10 million of that copy produced in the world. They would actually have to account to us why that is.
70% of businesses in St. Lucia are registered as small business enterprises. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
The Department of the Public Service on Monday, the 4th of November, launched its first ever Say No to Bullying campaign, focusing attention primarily on workplace bullying. More in this report from Julita Peter.
The week-long campaign runs from November 4th to the 8th under the theme Together Let's Stop Bullying, and brings together officers from the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Home Affairs, Justice and National Security, Ministry of Health and Wellness, and the Department of the Public Service. Permanent Secretary in the Department of the Public Service, Ms. Peggy Ansudat, noted that while bullying is generally associated with the school environment and the youth, workplace bullying is real.
Although there may not be reported cases of that level of violence we witnessed among young people in the last few weeks, there have been some questionable behavior that has caused us to delve deeper into the issue with a view to possibly reviewing how we deal with situations of that nature in the public service. This launch is the first in sensitizing key personnel within the public service with the knowledge to recognize, address, and resolve incidents of bullying in the workplace. Workplace bullying has different meanings for different people, and there are many definitions. Simply put, it is always the misuse of power or position. Bullying can be very subtle or open. It can be physical, it can be emotional. It can happen managers to staff, among staff, staff to managers.
The permanent secretary noted that there are several steps that can be taken to address workplace bullying.
As an organization, as a public service, what can we do? I'm mentioning the public service, I'm not speaking of the department of the public service, but the public service as a whole. We must be proactive in communicating the expected behavior. Create a workplace where everyone is treated with dignity and respect. Design appropriate and realistic systems of work. Develop productive, respectful working relationships. And as much as possible, encourage people to follow the organization's policy on expected behavior.
The workshops will be facilitated by trained counselor, Mrs. Cynthia Alexander, who will address, among other things, understanding the types of behavior which constitute bullying, its impact on the victim and the organization, and best practices and procedures for dealing with workplace bullying. The Department of the Public Service says the next round of workshops will recommence in January 2020 and will target the remaining ministries and departments. The Say No to Bullying campaign is expected to become an annual activity. From the Department of the Public Service, Julita Peter reporting.
Cruise ship season has been praised as peak time for tourism in St. Lucia, bringing in thousands of visitors to the island and increasing the overall numbers for the island. However, the president of the Vendors Association, Peter Ras Iper Isaac, is urging the powers that be to take a deeper look into ensuring that St. Lucia can maximize its appeal to tourists.
President of the Vendors Association, Peter Ras Iper Isaac, is urging the public to look deeper into visitor arrival statistics. Isaac says that as tourism officials celebrate record-breaking visitor arrivals, the Vendors Arcade and Castries Market have remained empty. He says that in the case of cruise ship tourism, the number of persons documented to have come into St. Lucia may be impressive. However, when one looks into the number of persons who actually venture off the vessels, a different story unfolds.
This has been the situation where I want people to decipher from that. The situation where maybe 8,000 persons are on cruise ships and they're in the harbor in St. Lucia. So you'll say yes, but how many of them that we managed to get them to disembark from the ship and lure them into our shores and so on and so forth. This is the situation that is really troubling right now. So I don't know how they're going to deal with it. But it's easy for someone in the Ministry of Tourism to say, well, we had bumper ships, crowds and so on. We had 9,000 people a particular day or 8,000 people. The reality about it is that how are they going to get these people off the ship to get to the shores and to go to the markets and so on and other places to shop?
Isaac says that 3 large cruise ships in the harbor once symbolized great financial gain for businesses in the Castries Basin. However, he adds that from vendor reports, the 2019 cruise ship season has not reflected such beliefs.
For example, we have 3 ships yesterday. We didn't see many people in the Vendors Arcade and not even really around town. So I think we have the same problem of what must be done to get people off the ships. And if we have 3 cruise ships in the harbor with an average of maybe about 8,000 people, and sometimes we don't see about 100 persons in the Vendors Arcade. That's the cry.
He urges authorities to move with haste on plans to develop the city area and its ports. Isaac says that visitors may have been deterred from venturing to the city due to its unkept appearance.
I don't think they're doing, from 1 to 10, I'll say 2, but I'll give them 2 because they're not doing nothing at all to really lure people off the ships. Nothing at all. You don't even see nothing like any kind of, music thing trying to be on some kind of entertainment on the wharf. Up to now, we haven't seen no forward movement of the redevelopment of the ports. The ports look very, unsightly. It look like it look archaic, and so on. So all the things that we believe that is going to probably lure people and give people the kind of excitement to get off the ship, they're not seeing that when they're on the ship. For a matter of fact, staying on the ship and looking at Castries, it's an eyesore.
Isaac says that added to low visitor frequency in the Vendors Arcade, is the tendency of cruise ship tourists to purchase lower-cost items. For Hot 7 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
There's been some swift remodeling, and Red Bank of Nova Scotia buildings have been transformed into the new blue branches of Republic Bank. Opening its doors for the first time to the St. Lucian public, the Hot 7 team took to the Castries Boulevard branch to get a feel of the changes made to the banking facility.
On November 1st, 2019, the boulevard turned blue as the Republic Bank opened its doors to St. Lucia, following the acquisition of operations from the Bank of Nova Scotia by Republic Financial Holdings Limited for what staff describes as a smooth transition. Many describe this development as a simple name change, as staff, operations, processes, and financial structures remain the same. The 182-year-old banking institution is confident of their ability to serve the St. Lucian market, though this is a new venture for the institution. Reporting from the Republic Bank, Boulevard Castries, I am Jacques Wooding for Hot 7 News.
Thank you, Jacques. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Tennyson Glasgow is up next with all the sporting action.